Hello everybody, how is it going? My name is Lucas and welcome to another episode of Amps of the XFX3. Today we are going to be checking out a Marshall, the Marshall SV20H. And guys, if this is your first time here or if you've been here before, make sure you are subscribed. I do lots of cool stuff here. Do mixing tutorials, XFX stuff, some funny stuff from time to time. I don't want you to miss any of that cool stuff, so make sure you are subscribed. So without any further ado, let's dive in and check out this little bitty 20-watt Marshall. So, we're going to be looking at the Marshall Studio Vintage 20. It is a 20-watt version of a 1959 Super Lead Plexi. This was added fairly recently in the XFX. I think it was added in firmware 19 or 20. I don't exactly remember, but it's fairly new. For the XFX3, that is. The firmware may be a little different on any of your other Fractal devices, but that was when it was added into the 3, but this will definitely make its way down if it hasn't already. The tubes is going to be some EL34 tubes, and from the XFX wiki itself, it says the schematic doesn't show it. This is from Cliff, CEO, owner, Megadog at Fractal. So the schematic doesn't show it, but there's a cathode bypass cap on one of the triode stages. It's a cool little amp. It's very loud. It's not really a bedroom amp. It's good for smaller gigs and rehearsals. So basically what this is if you want that Marshall flavor, but you want to kind of like in a compact tone, and you want to bring it to your gig, this is what this is perfect for. If you don't want to bring out your actual real 1959 Super Lead Plexi, which I'm sure is worth a lot of money, you could bring one of these out. And if you want like more info on it, if you check out the 1959 Super Lead Plexi, which we have one of those, and we have so many Marshalls in here, it's kind of astounding. It's called the Brit Studio 20 in here, keeping up with the Brit stuff so that Marshall doesn't sue Fractal into the ground. That's why it's called that. IR, I'm going to be using ML Mega Green. It's from ML Sound Lab. It's a Mesa cab with some best greenbacks ever made, which Marshall sound great with greenbacks. And that's all I did with the output EQ. Guitar-wise, we're using my Fender parts caster with a Mexicano body with a Warmouth roasted maple neck with some stainless frets, and I'm going to be in E-flat. So let's see how the Studio Vintage sounds. So, I think this sounds pretty tight. You have treble gain, you have normal gain, so you have so many different things you can mess with here. It sounds kind of bright to my ears using my parts caster here. I've been kind of messing around with the treble level. You kind of don't have a master on here. If you come to ideal, it's already cranked, because I imagine it's kind of one of those amps. Well, it is one of those amps, kind of how the Plexis were. You just kind of control the volume, mainly through the gain, I believe. I think, yeah, there's no master channel volume in there. Yes, that is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be spewing wrong shit and then get fussed. But yes, correct me if I'm wrong on anything. I absolutely don't mind. I just care about getting the correct info out. I have the mids cranked. I found it sounds good with the mids cranked. What I'll do next is I'll mess with the different gains, and I'll mess with the controls so you can hear. So as you can hear, it does behave a lot like an actual bigger boy Plexi, I should say, something like its bigger cousins. It's very bright. I probably should even lower the treble more than that. Sorry if this comes across too bright over there in YouTube land, wherever you are watching the video. I really appreciate it. It sounds good with the mids cranked. The gains, that's totally up to you. Let's see what this sounds like with the drive. I'll use everyone's favorite, the T808, because why not? Let's jack up the level a little bit. Drive is down, and the tone is up. Sorry, I missed the D there. That's what she said. Now, as you can see, this little thing rips. It sounds great. It's a unique amp. I personally, I don't foresee anyone really reaching for this amp particularly, unless they were trying to profile one that they have. If you're a Marshall person and you want that Marshall flavor, you're definitely gonna be jumping to some of the older Plexis and some of the reissues we have in here. But I think this one's, it's pretty cool. I know it's 20 watts, but it doesn't sound like it's out of headroom. It sounds pretty decent. I think it's cool. It has its own like little flavor, but we have so many Marshalls in the Axe-Fx. Now we have another one. Now, what do you think about it? You think this amp's cool? Do you foresee yourself using it? And any patches? Because that's gonna wrap things up for the Brit Studio 20, also known as the Marshall Studio Vintage 20 watt amp. Guys, if you thought this video was cool, leave me a thumbs up. Would greatly appreciate it. If you thought this video was also cool, a double second time sub, because it's free, guys. Just click it. It used to be red, now it's like monochrome gray. Thanks, YouTube. Coming up next on some ampers of the Axe-Fx 3ers, we're gonna be diving hard into Mesa Land. We're going to be doing the 2C Plus with its many positions, the 2C Plus, which is the Metallica amp, more or less. I'm going to be doing the Mark IV, and we have tons of Mesa stuff we're going to be covering next. So be sub so you don't miss it. And guys, I know there's a lot of videos out there, a lot of stuff vying for your attention, but you chose to spend some time with me, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm very, very thankful for that, and I shall catch you in the next video. Peace.